welcome. So today we are going to be taking this song, The Animal Fair. I have my wonderful helper, Isad, and we are going to be working on movement. So I'm going to be playing the piano and singing, and Isad is going to be singing with me too, and she's going to be doing some of the movement for this song. And this week we're going to be looking at all about movement with songs, okay? So first I'm going to teach you some of the movements for the music, and then we're going to practice them together. Okay, so we're just going to speak them and I'm going to show you. So when we say, I went to the animal fair, can you show me your marching arms? Like you're marching or walking to the animal fair. Okay, so we're going to say, I went to the animal fair. Good. So practice that. And then we're going to say the birds. And one arm mine is out of the screen, but you can do a bird however you think a bird would move. I'm making kind of like long arms like their wings, and Isad is doing the same thing. So we're going to say the birds and the beasts. And for beast, we kind of want to make like maybe a little scary face, like a beast. And so we're going to say the birds and the beasts were there. And then it says the big baboon by the light of the moon. And we're going to put our arms over our head and we're going to rock side to side with that. The big baboon by the light of the moon, good, was combing his auburn hair. You should have seen the monk. And for seen, it's like we have some binoculars that we're looking at. You should have seen the monk. And then it says he sat on the elephant's trunk. We're going to make like an elephant trunk, like our arms are an elephant trunk, okay? The elephant sneezed, put the trunk up, and fell on his knees. Put your hands on your knees. Good. And what became of the monk, the monk, the monk, the monk? That was awesome, okay? So let's go over it one more time just with the words, and then we're going to sing it. I went to the animal fair. The birds and the beasts were there. The big baboon by the light of the moon was combing his auburn hair. You should have seen the monk. He sat on the elephant's trunk. The elephant sneezed and fell on his knees. Sorry, Isad was right there. Fell on his knees. And what became of the monk? The monk, the monk, the monk. Okay, great. So we're just going to do the movements. Next we'll add props and talk about props, but we're just going to do the movements, and I'm going to add the piano and singing, okay? So Isad doesn't have her headphones on so she can move a little more freely. I have headphones to hear the piano, but you'll hear when I start singing, okay? And I'll count us in. 5, 6, 7. I went to the animal fair. The birds and the beasts were there. The big baboon by the light of the moon was combing his auburn hair. You should have seen the monk. He sat on the elephant's trunk. The elephant sneezed and fell on his knees. And what became of the monk? The monk, the monk, the monk, the monk. Okay, great. So now let's add our movements. We remember our song, and I'm going to have you add the movements, okay? And guys at home, if you forget any of them, don't worry. It's okay to make mistakes, and we're just learning, okay? So see if you can remember the movements, and Isad's going to help you and remember them too, okay? Ready? So we're going to go 5, 6, 7. I went to the animal fair. The birds and the beasts were there. The big baboon by the light of the moon was combing his auburn hair. You should have seen the monk. He sat on the elephant's trunk. The elephant sneezed and fell on his knees. And what became of the monk? The monk, the monk, the monk, the monk, the monk, the monk. Great job! How did that go?
Good. I
Good?
forgot some, but
That's okay. That's okay. So now we're going to talk about props. And for this song, Isad prepared 2 props. So do you want to tell us about the props you have?
So for this, I just used white paper and cut it in a circle as a moon. And then you can also do a crescent. And then I also used just a brush for when we do auburn hair. So we can pretend like we're combing it or brushing it.
Okay, awesome. So she has a moon and a brush. And let's talk through some other ideas. What else do you think we could use as props if we had more time at home?
like maybe you could like go to a store or create something and like do auburn hair, like and wear a wig or something, or like use something red, and then like I don't know, you can kind of dress in like a zoo outfit, like what you'd wear when you go to the zoo, and then like you can make kind of like a video and you can like kind of dress up and everything like you were, and like put on shoes that maybe like your parents would let you wear inside. And then, yeah, mostly like that.
I think that's awesome. Those are really good ideas.
Oh, and you can also like wear ears for the elephant.
And what else could you make for the elephant?
The trunk.
You could make a trunk. Okay, so we just have 2 props that we're going to use, but you could use a lot more props if you want to. And we'll talk about that at the end right now. Why don't you go ahead and you put your props right here, that way you can reach in front of you, and then we can practice with the props and the movement and the music. Okay, so we're adding the props and the movement and the music. And you can just decide if you want to sing with us, or if you want to press pause and try to grab some props, or if you just want to do the dancing and the movement. Okay, are we ready? Okay, so we're going to say 5, 6, 7. I went to the animal fair. The birds and the beasts were there. The big baboon by the light of the moon was combing his auburn hair. You should have seen the monk. He sat on the elephant's trunk. The elephant sneezed and fell on his knees. And what became of the monk? The monk, the monk, the monk, the monk, the monk, the monk. That was awesome! High five! Good job, you guys. Okay, so your job for this week, if you have some time, is to work on the movement of this song and sing this song. And also, the other thing is to, if you want to find props for this song, like we talked about, but you can make up different ones, make up your own, and practice with props in the movement, and you can share all of your music work with me. This week I said you can try to use Studio on Canvas and take a video on Canvas directly on Studio and then send it to me in the assignment. Or if you would like to, you can send it still with Studio, and you can send a message to me on Canvas. And if neither of those work or they seem too confusing, you can always email me too, like some of you have been doing. And the other thing I want to tell you, apart from this song, is if you want to add movements to another song that you love, and you can show me your dance movements and the movements that you're making up to another song, I would love to see them. And if you want to show me props and movements, or just props for another song and your ideas for another song, it doesn't just have to be this song. Okay, so great job today. High five to my helper, and we will see you guys next time.